What's up, YouTube? It's me, Jess, and I'm an opera singer. So I have literally never seen my YouTube feed flooded, saturated with the same topic that I am going to react to, and that is Olivia Rodriguez. I don't even know her name. Olivia Rodrigo. Apparently she's a singer and she has a song called Driver's License. I've never heard of Miss Olivia and I don't know what driver's license is about, but let's see how much I can relate because I've had my driver's license for over a decade now. Let's go. Ooh, nice sound effects.
Got my driver's license last week, just like we always talked about. Cause you were so excited for me to finally drive up to your house. But today I drove through the suburbs crying cause you weren't around.
Ooh, wow. Okay, let me pause here. She has, what do they call that kind of a voice nowadays? Is it called like cursive singing? Where there's a very specific tone to her voice, and that type of a tone, it's very popular, but what's cool about it is it's a grab your attention type of a tone. Very nice. And I also have to say, I love the lyrics. I love that the lyrics are telling a story, and for me, storytelling is particularly hard to do, especially if the story isn't yours, because you almost have to figure out a way to relate to that story enough to where it is convincing to the person listening to it. If she wrote this song, that's fantastic. But even if she didn't, the storytelling so far, it's only been 33 seconds, is great. Another cool thing about her voice is the pressing and pulling away in some notes and some words. So with cursive singing, it's a cool thing because it's like a added effect 100% of the time that you're singing. So cursive singing to me is you could be singing in more of a chest voice with more of a present tone, and then out of nowhere just immediately fall out of that chest voice and go up into your head voice and even stop the sound completely on the same word, but not take a breath and continue with the lyrics. Fantastic job. I'm gonna rewind because this is my first time hearing her ever, and even seeing her. So I want to get a good picture of what she looks like. Maybe even see if I can see how her mouth is forming to do some of the words. But just for my own experience, if you all love her, then this is just a bonus.
Got my driver's license last week, just like we always talked about. Cause you were so excited for me to finally drive up to your house. But today I drove through the suburbs crying cause you weren't around. And you're probably with that blonde girl who always made me doubt. She's so much older than me. She's everything I'm insecure about. Yet today I drove through the suburbs. Cause how could I ever love someone else?
Dang, you all, these lyrics are deep. So deep, and she seems so young. If she just got her driver's license a week ago, let's say that's not literally true, but she got her driver's license pretty recently, she's young. For someone that young to be talking about lyrics like this is kind of crazy. And not only that, but like I had said before, the storyline is so convincing. I am very convinced that this event happened specifically to Miss Olivia. I also wanted to point out something I didn't point out before. I love the sound effects at the very beginning of the song with the revving of the car, the key, and I love how the sound effects of the car was the starting point for the beat of the song.
Got my a driver's license last week.
That was sick and that was very creative. Lastly, I want to talk about the songwriting and how this latter part of the song that we just listened to is kind of a loop around of what was said before. So for instance, in the beginning, she was going around the suburbs because that is where the guy that she loves lives. And she was stating that she was going around the suburbs maybe to clear her mind because it made her feel closer to the guy. This is a new heartbreak. But the second time she was going around the suburbs, for me, it felt like because there was more shame. And her reason for going back around the suburbs was justified because of her insecurities of this guy's relationship with this new girl. And so it was nice to see that loop around, but the second time it was referenced, it was a much more deeper meaning for her going back around that neighborhood. Let's keep going.
'Cause how could I ever love someone else? And I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. Guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street.
Oh my god. Okay, I did not see the chorus going that way, but I'm so glad it did because it showed me a lot more of her voice. She's got a nice amount of volume up in her chest voice, and it's beautiful to hear. My favorite part was not only her tone, but her execution of the lines. I love that she did all of the lines in one beautiful, sweeping, long phrase. And those phrases went from some chest voice, she added some head voice, she continued on into that phrase without taking a breath, and maybe you might have thought, oh, she's gonna take a breath here. I don't know the song, but I definitely was like, oh, okay, this is kind of a long phrase. Maybe she'll take a breath here. And she didn't, to my surprise, and I love that. She not only kept going, but the last few notes of the phrases, the long phrases, were beautifully executed. They didn't sound like she had run out of breath. They didn't sound like she was singing those last notes with the very last air that she had in her. They sounded like she had practiced those lines enough to where all of those lines had a journey, and she knew exactly where the journey of that line was starting, and she knew exactly where that journey of the line was going to go to. You all, that is so helpful when singing long phrases. Don't focus on the idea that the phrase is so long. Focus on the journey of the line. I'm going to start here. The reason why I'm going to this climactic moment is because of X, Y, and Z. And this climactic moment is only going to help me get to the final leg of the phrase. And I can do that. I can sing this long phrase because I'm going with the thought process of this long phrase. Believe that the air that you took in is going to get you there. That way, your prime focus, your main focus, is the journey of the phrase. And I have to give her so much props for taking me through that journey. I've got to figure out the age of this girl because the amount of artistry I'm getting right now is kind of insane. Hold please. Olivia Rodrigo. Is she like a Disney star or an actress or something? Is an American actress. Oh, she's an actress and singer. Series Bizarrevark? I've never heard of that. She was born in the 2000s. Stop. She's 17. I cannot. That is crazy, you all. That is awesome.
And all my friends are tired of hearing how much I miss you, but I kinda feel sorry for them, 'cause they'll never know you the way that I do. Yeah, today I drove through the suburbs and pictured I was driving home to you. drive alone past your street.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Red lights, stop signs, I still see your face in the white cars, front yards, can't drive past the places we used to go to, 'cause I still fucking love you, babe. Sidewalks we crossed, I still hear your voice in the traffic. We're laughing over all the noise. God, I'm so blue, no we're through, but I still fucking love you, babe.
Beautiful. Okay, let me pause here. I just want to say something quickly. I love the, let's say the chorus effect on this bridge part. It's really nice to hear on this part because it kind of gives a different level of layers in this part in comparison to the other parts. The other parts, of course, were more focused on just her voice. Her voice, very specific tone, but just one line. This one, you can hear all of the different recordings in the bridge, and it gives this nice, like, almost echoing, but also expanding effect to the sound and also to the entire storyline. And I've got to think, okay, why would they add this kind of expanding chorus effect to this bridge part? And it makes all the sense. You can hear the frustration in her tone. You can hear the anger and even the disappointment in her tone. You can hear the intensity that she's bringing in this bridge, and adding all of those layers with her voice, making it sound like a chorus effect, kind of just expands on those ideas of anger, those ideas of expanding frustration, those ideas of expanding disappointment, and it's beautifully laid out. I've got to give credit. I don't know who wrote the song, I don't know who arranged the song, but credit, kudos to you, because this is fan-freaking-tastic. I'm going to rewind a little bit because I want to re-listen to that bridge. It was really dope. And also the music video is really dope. That little effect where you could see a movie or some pictures on her back. So cool. So cool.
Sidewalks we crossed, I still hear your voice in the traffic. We're laughing over all the noise. God, I'm so blue, no we're through, but I still fucking love you, babe.
Adding intensity by adding a customer.
I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. 'Cause you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street.
Ugh.
Yeah, you said forever, now I drive alone past your street.
Oh my god, oh my god. I love how she repeated, and you said forever, but I drive alone at your street, twice at the end. It was almost as if she was in denial of all that was going on, and she was telling herself, no, this is really happening, and I'm not only convinced of it, but now I'm going to convince you of how hurt I am. You could take it however you would like, but I loved that she repeated that twice. I also love how she did this entire last part after the bridge in head voice. It made it so heart-wrenching. I felt so sorry for her. I'm genuinely convinced that this happened to her, that she is literally heartbroken while singing this song. That is so hard to do, but so important to do as a singer. Olivia, I gotta give you props, honey. You're 17 years old. I mean, was I heartbroken at 17 years old? Nah, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. I think I was my first true heartbreak was like around, oh god. I can't believe I was heartbroken over that. Let's not get into that. But geez, heartbroken at 17 years old and talking about lyrics like that and then making those lyrics sound convincing is mind-blowing. Maybe that's just me. My god, I genuinely feel so heartbroken for her. I feel so moved by her story, and that to me, that is one of the most priceless things you can do as an artist, is to take me out of my world and put me in yours and put me in your journey and make me believe your journey. So all of this from a music video, kudos, Olivia. I'm a fan. I hope you come out with another song. If you already got another song and I don't know about it, that's just me being on the late train. I'm sorry, but I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
I got my driver's license last week, just like we always talked about. Cause you were so excited for me to finally drive up to your house. But today I drove through the suburbs crying cause you weren't around. And you're probably with that blonde girl who always made me doubt. She's so much older than me. She's everything I'm insecure about. Yet today I drove through the suburbs. Cause how could I ever